beautiful. How are you doing today on the last few days of 2025? Wow, it's been a year. I don't know about you, but I can say it's been a year. And a lot of spiritual speakers are predicting that 2026 is going to be shooting up in intensity, and it's going to be quite a wild ride. So, what's my take on this? What do we do about this wild ride that is coming towards us? One of the things that I sense that the intensity is about, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree, is that we're living in a world right now where our mind is overstimulated, overused. We are being apprehended in every possible way of whatever the mind can absorb. Everything that we hear around us either seems to be coming into our mind to either get our dollars, get our votes, get our opinion, get our indignation, get our anger. And we are just constantly under a rainfall of the mind being asked to be alert, present, receiving, downloading. And there's a problem with that because the mind is not the real center of the human life, of the human body, which is the heart. And when you think about it, the mind does not generate or regenerate or fuel us in energy. The mind uses energy. So it's no wonder that we are all so tired, on the verge of absolute exhaustion, and we're wondering like, oh my God, what is wrong with me? I can't keep up. So what do we do about this? Well, one, I believe that we have to be super vigilant with what we allow in our minds. We have to reclaim some sovereignty over our own minds. And also, we have to take it away from the driver's seat and put it on the co-pilot seat and go back to our hearts and our soul that should actually be leading and driving our life forward. So what does that have to do with my no resolution revolution? Well, I think that resolutions come from the mind. Resolutions are typically solutions that we come up with through our minds as a way to control where we are going to go with our lives. And because we have gotten so used to using our mind and letting it be in the driver's seat, we have forgotten that it is not supposed to be in charge. So the no resolution revolution is to not make any resolution that engages the mind, which means resolution about what we should do, about achievement goals, about things that involve effort and our will and determination and timelines and dates and all these things. That is the revolution. It is the year with the intensity that is coming ahead of us. It is time for us to move away from the mind. I think that if we want to feel good in 2026 and make it through with our sanity, we have to get reacquainted with our heart as being the center of our lives. How do we do that? We have to go into activities and non-activities that do not engage the mind. Like what? Like sitting with nothing going on until we're bored and thinking, wow, like I'm bored, I'm doing nothing, and then sticking with it. Just to be in a place that is not about the doing and realizing that we're still existing without the doing. My very, very favorite go-to number one solution is going to nature, connecting with nature. To me, it is the only thing that is unspoiled, uncontrolled, untainted by humans, even if, humans are putting their mark on it. But it's the only thing that still moves according to the laws of life, to the laws of creation, to the laws of what come from instinct, soul, and everything that is not controlled with the mind. So sitting, and I like to do this. I have the sky in front of me through this window. And in the morning, the seagulls fly by, and a bunch of different birds. There are crows. This morning there was an eagle. There's these black birds that come and flock and just move at high speed. And I just focus on a bird and imagine the wind pushing it through the air and what it must feel like to just like tilt over and let it carry me. These are moments where we just become present to something that is natural, that is organic to this world, that is not the stimulation of the mind. We can do it by listening to the wind and just being the wind, imagining being the wind moving through the branches and making sounds when it moves the leaves, or watching an ant, or if you're on the ocean or near some water, just to watch the ripple on top of the water. Or yesterday I was at the beach and I was watching, like there were nice waves. And when you get at the level of the surf of the wave, it's like when it's going towards the shore, it's like all these little horsemen, like just rushing to the shores. I don't know. But anything like that, that takes you in a moment that has nothing to do with an active mind that is trying to figure out things, or that is allowing outside input to come into you. I think that in a world that is going to get really intense, and oh yeah, I also wanted to mention that this intensity is not only with the stimulation of the mind and of everything that's going on in the world that's coming at us, but it is also that there is an intensity in the spiritual awakening that's going on the planet. Many of us feel it. And we are feeling kind of these opposing intensity, and we're at a constant tug of war. And if we want to fall into the intensity that is more of the soul and the awakening, then we must move away from our mind. So in a world that, if I go back to the intensity of everything that stimulates our mind and our emotions, I think that by moving away from the mind is how we maintain or reclaim our sanity. With all the talk about AI taking over so much and taking over the thinking of humans, moving away from the mind is how we keep the real human alive. And this is so important. And I think it's going to be really, really important in 2026. So the revolution is to commit to remembering to live as human beings, being. Let's go back to being more. Let's commit to no resolution that involve the mind, and just recommit to living from our soul for the good of the planet, of the collective, of humanity, for our own sanity and for our own lives, so that we can have more enjoyment. So let's go into 2026 with the intention of turning down the volume of all the noise that is around us, opening up to more of what is from our soul and from our human beingness, unsubscribing, not from my channel, but unsubscribing to the idea that doing and achieving is the way forward. Let's just give ourselves a break, a breather this year. We're really, really going to need it. So as 2026 is around the corner, we do not need resolutions. We just need to get back into our hearts and live from there. So I will see you in 2026. Let's start it with the intention of kindness, of love, and of openness. Those are my thoughts for the end of the year and the beginning of 2026. I love you a lot. I am so grateful for all of you. By the way, today, as I was shoveling outside, my channel hit 10,000 subscribers. As a content creator, this is huge. And I am so grateful for all your comments and your love. And as a reminder, before the end of the year, if you like my take on life, my voice, check out my book. As you read it, you will hear me. So if you like listening to me, take a look at my book. I'll put the link in the description below. I love you. Congratulations for making it through 2025. Celebrate yourself, pat yourself on the back. Oh my God, we did it. And let's stay together and get into 2026 and have confidence, trust, believe in ourselves, and give ourselves a break. Okay, I'm rambling now. Bye. I love you.